In this unit, we're talking about the human intervention in the natural world. The human population size is so big that it has had profound effects on the environment. Examples of these effects are pollution, habitat loss, overharvesting, introduced species, and climate change. This picture is of a glacier that in 1938 took up all of this space here. By 1981, it had shrunk to this. By 1998, it had further shrunk, and by 2009, you can see that there was very little left of it, even at its peak size during the year. This is a direct result of warming in certain parts of the planet. Pollution, unfortunately, started as a result of our ignorance of the results of our actions during the Industrial Revolution. We just simply didn't know how much we were polluting the atmosphere because of all of the new industry that we had created. The addition of foreign substances to the air, water, and soil are what we call pollution. Fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, industrial cleaners, carbon emissions, and trash are all pollutants. This picture is showing the CO2 concentration in parts per million in the atmosphere over the last roughly 500,000 or 450,000 years. And you might wonder, how do we know that? We have ice cores that can be carbon dated to 400,000 years ago, and they tell us the concentration of CO2 that was in the atmosphere at the time. So you'll notice that there are fluctuations in the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere, and that is normal. However, the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere has gone so much higher than it ever has in the past in the last several decades because of the amount of pollution that we're putting into the atmosphere, mostly through the burning of fossil fuels. However, there is some hope to the idea of us conserving some of the ecosystems that we have made a mess of. We've had success repairing damaged ecosystems through the process of resource management. We've also learned ways to protect threatened systems and endangered species by creating natural areas and preserves. And we've also discovered that reducing our waste, reusing things, and recycling things that can no longer be reused actually helps, and it actually works. So this decreases the amount of trash that we're putting into landfills and also keeps us from using resources. So check your supplementary readings and be sure to be answering your practice questions to make sure you understand the impact of the human population size on the planet.